recording has begun. We're going to start a show. Thanks, everybody, for your patience. Sorry about all this. Let's get this going. Let's get a countdown. Here you go.
3, 2, 1.
I'm fine, thanks. I just woke up an hour and 13 minutes ago. Now I'm riding my exercise bike in my living room. Then I'll eat breakfast. What about you?
Welcome.
You guys want some sandwiches? This is the morning stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It's the morning stream for October 21st, 2021. This is episode 2193. Woo!
2193.
Yep, those numbers together are this year and the year Jurassic Park came out. Right there together. 2193. Pretty cool, man.
That's really funny. I never even think about. You know, there's a great trivia game that NTN, which became Buzz Time. It's like you go to the bar and they've got it up on the TVs, and you get a little box that you play on, right? It's like a, and they have a countdown game on weekends, or they used to. I don't know if they still do. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But one of the games was they tell you a movie, a song, and a TV show, and an event. And you have to tell them what year all that happened. You'd kick ass.
Oh, I would totally rule at that game.
I suck at that stuff. I I think that was in the mid 90s, maybe 96.
Yeah, for some reason I have a real connection with years and when those movies came out. I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah, it's great.
People could name almost any movie and say, I mean, I'm not going to get it right every time, but like big marquee stuff, big stuff.
Yeah.
Someone says Ghostbusters, 84. Freaking Grosse Pointe Blank, 98.
Sure.
Jurassic Park, 93. Like, whatever. And especially the 90s. I got a real strong run in the 90s there, early aughts as well, I think. Now, if you said, hey, Scott, you have to be exactly right about when, I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be movies you care about, too. I can't say,
sure.
Look Who's Talking To, and have you, immediately get
I'm not going
to
know that. I might guess around it pretty well, but I'm not going to know that one. You're right.
Let's see what your guess is. Look Who's Talking To.
2, so the sequel.
The sequel, yes. I mean, we all know when the original came out.
Yeah. 1996.
1990 for Look Who's Talking To. The first one, 1989.
All right, that's a bad one.
I'll
ask you one.
Bad one on multiple levels.
I'll ask you this one.
Sure. I suck at this, so anything you ask me, I'm guaranteeing a failure here.
Really? All right, let's try a movie you love.
Sure.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, 1996.
That would be 94. 94 is the correct answer.
That's earlier than that, yeah.
And that's the same year as Lion King, as Forrest Gump, as I can't think of another one, but yeah, 94 was that's an easy one for me.
See, that's the thing too. Plus, you're able to look at movies and know other movies that came out that same year and like kind of cluster them together.
Yeah, it's a weird talent. I don't think it really pays much to have this talent. I'd rather spell better, to be honest.
Air Bud 4. How about Air Bud 4?
Air Bud 4, fourth one.
The fourth Air Bud.
Sequels are hard.
Because I know we all know when the first one came out. I don't even know what it was called. Oh, Seventh Inning Fetch was Air Bud 4.
Was that directed video or something? Because those don't count. I don't count.
Well, I don't know actually. Yeah, directed video. Okay, let's say let's go with the first Air Bud, which did go to theaters.
Okay, Air Bud 1.
Air Bud 1. I'd be honest.
I
don't even know if I'd guess the right decade for Air Bud.
All right, this might be totally wrong, but for some reason the year 2004 is jumping out at me. It's probably wrong.
1997.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, shitty movies, I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Movies that are good.
And no one's ever going to say, hey, what year did Dude, Where's My Car come out?
Right.
It's...
Right, no one thinks of that. but
it's
like
always going to be all right. What year was The Godfather 2, or what year was
72.
Spartacus? See, look at you. Look at you.
60 Spartacus 68.
Wait, Godfather 2 was 72. I thought it was later than that.
No, Godfather. Oh, Godfather 2. I thought you said 1.
Yeah.
2 would have been 75.
So close, 74.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, it's close.
See, look at you.
Someone in the chat
Well
said
done.
Mad Max 79. Okay, take that. 79 for Mad Max, the
Yeah.
original. I mean, Fury Road, the greatest film of all time, 2015.
You had to lead him into this.
Boom. You knew it'd come. You knew it was happening.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was fun. If I ever get in one of those contests, we'll see how I do. I feel like I could also do a lot of narrowing if they gave me all that other information. So it's a movie, it's a event, it's all that
Easily, right? Yeah, because I mean, all right, Princess Diana's death or stuff like that. You'd get the year right away, probably.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why
you're good with the years.
I don't know why I'm good with years. It's weird. Hey,
If only there was a trivia thing that just did years, then you'd be a ringer.
Well, I wish I was better with hand-eye coordination. Let me tell you a fun little story.
Okay.
Last
All right.
night, went out in the garage, got me a Coke Zero, the new version of Coke Zero, just one of them, just a can.
How do you like it, by the way?
I like it good. I like it a lot.
Oh, yeah, I like it too.
I think it tastes like Coke. So
Yeah, tastes
makes-
most like Coke. I actually had to question somebody at the. So I went to the Bronco game last Sunday, and
oh yeah.
at concessions got a Coke Zero, and I had to question. I said, "Are you sure you poured me?" It's like it was like a commercial. Are you sure you poured me a Coke Zero and this isn't an actual real Coke?
Yeah.
Yes,
no.
sir. I did it myself. It's a Coke Zero. Like, wow.
I almost can't do restaurant stuff anymore because it's so close now
Yeah.
that I can't tell. And if they get it wrong, it F's me up because I spike. It's actually bad for me. So it's kind of annoying how close it is. I was living with it before, but now I can't tell the damn difference.
Right. I mean, and Diced Tomato's right. Coke Zero has always tasted more like Coke than Diet Coke, but now it just tastes even more like Coke, whatever the new formula is.
Yeah.
Finally, Coke changes a formula and gets it right.
Well, there are people I've talked to who are very unhappy about the new flavor.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't understand people. Like, isn't the whole goal, the entire goal is have it be sugar-free, but taste like the thing you already like. That's the goal.
Yeah,
so if it's off of that goal, every effort to get it closer to the goal should be celebrated, in my opinion. What are they talking about? It's like Diet Coke people. I can't have that zero. I got to have the diet. Well, all right. Jeez, well, you're insane.
Good for you. More for you. But man, I cannot do that diet. It tastes too chemically.
Do not like it. Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, and I've been drinking Coke Zero for such a long time now that's why I probably confuse it for regular Coke. Is just like, wow, okay, it's.
Yeah, because now there's a huge difference between 3 Cokes and the original. You know that you always know the original. You're like, oh yeah, that's real sugar, or that's corn syrup or whatever it is.
Corn syrup, yeah.
Yeah, I always sometimes wonder if I would do better on just real sugar than I would that corn syrup bullcrap. I'll have to test
Yeah, I don't know. Or the have you had a Mexican Coke in a while?
I haven't. It's probably been years since I've had one, so I should probably just test it, just see.
Yeah,
just watch the numbers, see what happens.
Oh, right, yeah.
Go into a diabetic shock, be in the hospital. It'll be great. Let's do that. That won't hapen. All right, let's.
Anyway, so you're
coordination.
giving me a hypothetical. What would you do, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Hot
So
shot.
here's the coordination problem. I go outside. It's in the garage. There's a bunch of cans out there. They're nice and cold because it's cool right now. So I don't even have to refrigerate them. They're basically refrigerated. I'm bringing it in, and I'm super excited. And I have it in this hand. And in this other hand, I decided to bring in some stuff that was in the garage that needed to go in the house, and we just keep forgetting to bring it in. So I have that in this hand bundled up. So Coke in this hand, bundle over here. Bundle too big to hold Coke can, free hand holding Coke can. Now,
sure. Makes sense.
get up to the door, it's a hand. It's not a knob. It's a hand
lever.
Lever, yeah. I go up to grab the lever, and I'm thinking, well, I'll just grab it with some fingers with the hand that's holding the Coke. It's no big deal.
Okay, sure.
Just it's not like a giant.
You can hold the Coke with 2 fingers and do the lever with the other 3 if you need to.
Exactly, that's the theory. So I go rushing up there, and I think the rush is the problem. I went too fast.
No. Okay.
And I lurched forward to grab the handle, and I what do you call that when you I impales the word I'm going to use.
Oh no! Okay.
I impaled the lever right through the can.
You impaled the Coke.
Impaled the Coke, and the Coke, of course, went on a spray. Yeah, on a spray spree. So
Right.
so I went shunk. Now, mind you, I achieved goal of getting door open. So door opens,
Yeah.
and the Coke can's going all over the kitchen. I
Oh,
turn it
no.
around all over the garage, all over the front of the car. And it felt like it was never going to stop. I finally just threw it in a garbage can that was sitting out there. I was just like, I slam dunked it in there and let it finish fizzling.
Yeah, let it finish its tantrum in timeout.
It sucked. It sucked. I was so
Oh my
mad.
God! So, all right, first thing I've got to ask is, what's the deal with your lever? Why is it sharp enough to poke right through a Coke can?
I don't know. It's metal and it's got like I think it's just the angle you come at it or something. I don't know. It's not. It's a normal metal, handle. It's like no big deal. But the can did not withstand it at all. It just went right through it, man. And it was through the side, not like the top or the bottom. It was like right through the side of the can, right through the logo, and then just spray the world with gooey gross.
Yeah, because that stuff is going to be like it's once it congeals, it becomes like this glossy, speckled mess that you have to clean up.
Yeah,
all
it's a
over
nightmare.
everything.
So I spent,
Yeah.
I don't know, probably way longer than I needed to making sure I got every drop because I didn't want to deal with some later issue. And then the
Right.
dogs came in later. I'm like, if they start sniffing and licking things, I'll know I screwed up.
There you go. Actually, they're great. They're a great field team.
That's
right.
true.
They can
Yeah.
go around and say, "Oh, missed a spot here.
Yeah,
We missed a spot over here."
just take care of the rest of the crime scene that we missed and get out of here. But yeah, it just sucked. And I feel like I haven't learned my lesson. There's probably another scenario where I will use that hand to hold a can and open the door at the same time. I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel like it didn't. I feel like I haven't really truly learned from what happened.
Yeah.
And I don't like that feeling. So I'm going to do my best, everybody. I'll do my best. What does one do? Well, he does his best.
All you can do. All you can do is do your best, Scott.
Got an email from Dan Anderson who made a good point. We were talking about Muppets yesterday for the Tad
were.
Pooley feud.
For the
Really good one, by the way. I love that one. And
oh, good.
Dan Anderson says, "Hey, S&B, if Miss Piggy and Kermit have babies, they must be some kind of mutant creatures called frigs.
Because pigs, frogs. I
Yeah.
get it. Yep.
Why not progs?
Or pogs.
Pogs, not progs.
Yeah. In pog form.
Yeah, I like frigs. A whole
Frigs.
litter of
Yeah.
frigs. Yeah.
Or they'd be little friglets until they grow up, and then they'd be frigs.
Well, the way they've done it in the past, and I don't know if this is sexist or what this is. It's not, I don't think, but it's whatever it is. When they have little kids, it's the boys are always the little frogs, and the
Right.
girls are always the little pigs. There's never
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
a
you never
pig
get
boy or a girl frog, right?
right. No, not that I remember. I don't remember ever seeing a baby, a Muppet baby female frog.
Nope, they don't do it. There's something there. I don't know. We got to
The frog is the dominant gene in this situation.
maybe or well, I mean so in that Christmas thing they had equal kids numbers wise, and you could argue the weaker of the two were the frog side because the frog side had the sick little Timmy frog, but that's just part of the Christmas Carol, so I can't fault that.
Right.
But anyway, it's a real dumb thing because they're Muppets and who cares? But if you think about it, you never see any boy pigs. Well, that's not true.
Nope.
Like the Lost in Space pigs.
Lost in Space, but he's an adult boy pig. He's a man pig.
Or pigs in space. Yeah, he is a man pig. That's right. Man pig.
Yeah, man pig.
Not child pig. Find a child pig, I dare you. Anyway, thank you for the feedback as always there, Dan. We got one more here from Mark in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Who says episode
Go Packers.
2192. That was yesterday, right?
Sure.
Says you left us on a cliffhanger. The episode ends with you saying people should, and then the episode abruptly ends. I have to know, Scott, what should people do? All right.
So wait, you it must have been the Patreon episode, right? Because you end the regular show. We do the song, and then you have like the Frog Pants outro.
Yeah, and like a little goofball
Noise and a
clip
little
or
clip.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's thanks to this email, and then a ton afterward, but it started with this one,
Okay.
that I became aware that I accidentally cut off a chunk of the show yesterday on the main feed.
No.
Now that new
Let
file...
me guess. The final song didn't make it into the episode.
None of everything right before Nicole's recommendal is in there. Nicole on
Okay.
not lost, but it's fixed now. I got it up there. So it's all if you were like, oh man, I really need to know what happened there, go and it's there. Mm-hmm. But what I really wanted to do here on the show was hear what he heard. So I still have the old file that got effed up. All right.
Okay.
And we're gonna hear what I left us on a cliffhanger for. Although I got to
Okay.
make sure this plays through here. Hold on. Yeah, I will. All right, here we go. So let's just why is there no volume? Oh, because this is muted. All right.
Show me. I can't remember who we were talking
so that's
about.
Earlier on in the show, obviously.
Yeah, that's that Tadpooley feud. Oh my gosh, if you cut things off there, then we're really
in trouble. Okay, here it is. End of the show yesterday, or at least what they thought was the end. It's about you can't do a version of the thing, or even if it's a prequel, you can't mess with greatness. I don't care.
Right,
Try it. Give it a shot. Like, who cares? If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. If it's middle, it's middle. But this I liked more than middle. I thought it was a good time. Just checking in here. We got. I wish iTunes would.
So this is gotcha. So this is right in the middle of your recommendal of the Thing prequel.
Yes. And then me justifying remakes and sequels and things like that, which I still stand by. All right, so there's like 30 seconds left of this. Here we go. And the only real regret I have, Brian, is that this would have been a film sack movie for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I realized it as I got done with it. I'm like, oh, wild red-haired. Gwendolyn Christie's character on Game of Thrones. I can't think of his name. Okay, 30 seconds left, you guys. But this is a good experiment. We're doing this.
Where's the big woman?
Oh yeah.
He's in it because they're all a bunch
The wildling, not Mance, but the other wild.
Yeah, the guy, the red-haired wildling.
Yes,
Listen to us.
yes.
And he's
like a
great
mashup
in
in
it.
the making.
Has a horrible death. There's a lot of great deaths.
Okay, here we go.
That's what you want from That's what you want.
And because they floss, right?
Because they
all
floss.
die because they floss.
And at the end, Travis will have to talk about this, but in the end, there's a death that I'm not sure. It ends weird. I don't want to give anything away. I know there's a 10-year-old movie and there's nothing to spoil really, but people should coming up on TMS.
People should. There it was.
People
is.
should.
People should.
I mean, it was probably just watch it.
Wow.
I don't know what I meant. Oh no, that didn't. That was a whole minute of wasted air, and I still don't know what to do
Yeah.
with the information.
So do you have that? Do you have that anywhere else?
No.
And no backup audio?
Oh no,
of it?
I do have. I have the file that's fixed, I guess, but I don't have it marked anywhere. I'd have to search for it.
Oh, to figure out what people should do. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. We'd have to go to that exact spot, figure out the time, and do all that.
So here's what you got to do, listeners at home. You re-download yesterday's show.
Yeah.
You just listen to it naturally because you're not going to know where to jump forward to anyway. Just know that you can be after the song somewhere, and then wait for that moment, and then and then it'll tell you. That's it. This is solved.
Maybe the last several minutes of the show are in your email. You can't get to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess listeners have no idea because that was all pre-show. The Scott's email was. But,
right. Yeah, I didn't do that during the show.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the point is, it's all up there now. I fixed it. Okay, I fixed it. I replaced the file. Some of your players may be a little cachy and decide to, go choke on it or whatever, but give it a minute. It'll all work out. Thank you, Mark from Wisconsin. We appreciate your email. If you'd like to email us, you certainly can. That email is themorningstream@gmail.com. We got a lot coming up today, including Wendy and some other stuff, but now it's time for news. The news is brought to you by
Coverville today, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, the only time zone that matters, at Twitch TV/Coverville. Today, celebrating the birthday yesterday of Snoop Doggy Dogg, also known as Snoop Dogg, also known as Snoop Lion, and real name Calvin Brodus.
Oh, is that his name? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Calvin. He looks like a Calvin, doesn't he?
Oh, weird. Now it makes me wonder. I'm rewatching The Wire, and in there is a character named Brodus and also a character named Snoop, but they're two separate people. Now I'm wondering, do they name these guys after?
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting if they were.
Yeah.
Anyway, so covers of all of his hits. Now, if you're not a fan of rap, don't worry. It's a Coverville, right? So you're gonna hear covers of Snoop Dogg songs by folks like Scott Bradley and Postmodern Jukebox, The Baseballs, Sissy Bar, Rally. Oh, Rally is great. Rally is a Swedish band, and they do a cover of What's My Name? Who am I? What's my name? The one, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Oh,
What's my name?
Yeah.
Snoop Doggy Dogg. But it's all in Swedish, and it's the best. And it's a female lead singer, and it's so good. Yeah. All of these coming up on Coverville today. And watch as I play Deathloop for the last time during a Coverville because Guardians of the Galaxy comes out next week, and that'll probably be the one that I play during the show from now on.
Does that mean you've beaten or you'll beat?
Oh yeah, beaten it. Yeah, totally completed the game. Left nothing unfinished, and
no stone unturned. Yeah,
no stone unturned. Completed the game, and the loop has been undeathed.
you closed the loop. Well done.
I've closed the loop. Dice Tomato, no. You know, the Gourds version of Gin and Juice is a Hall of Fame cover. It is without a doubt the best cover of Gin and Juice, or the most well-known cover of Gin and Juice. However, this version by Sissy Bar is really, really good. If not for the lone fact that it's a pair of female lead singers, and they change Smokin' Endo to Smokin' Menthols.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
And it's great. It's so good.
Right.
Sissy Bar Gin and Juice, you'll hear that. And many, many others today. Coverville, twitch.tv/Coverville, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Be there.
Here's a 4-second preview.
I smoke weed every day.
That's new. I haven't heard that guy.
You know?
I mean, I've heard that guy, but I haven't heard that clip.
That's our bees guy, and I don't know why I have
definitely our
that
bees
clip.
guy, yeah.
I don't know why I have that clip. I thought that was Snoop.
I don't know why we haven't used it. Why haven't we used it, Scott?
I don't know. Well, now we have.
Now we have.
All right, let's get to the news.
Crisis averted.
We got a few stories here. It all happened over some cheese eggs. This next story.
Cheese eggs.
Yep.
Okay.
Man says Waffle House waitress pulled a gun on him. Ooh.
Wow, that's a unusual turn of events.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Says it was a frightening moment for a customer after he said a waitress at a Waffle House pointed a gun at his head after a dispute over his food. She was like, "She will blow my brains out," says Candy Franklin.
You know, news organizations, you have full carte blanche to take out likes and you-knows and stuff like that.
Yep. I mean, I know you're going for accuracy here, but I feel like that stuff's...
we'll let it pass. We'll let it slide. You can leave them out.
Yeah, the
please.
meaning will still be there.
We implore you to leave them out.
Candy Franklin said an argument with the waitress over food sizzled out of control this last Wednesday. Quote, it happened over these cheese eggs. At first, they didn't bring them to me. Then they brought me normal eggs, and I said that I ordered eggs with cheese on it. I tipped her and everything. It was all normal dispute over food. I never in a million years thought it would come to gun violence, says Franklin. Franklin said it happened at the Marietta Street location. Marietta Street. There you go.
Big town in Georgia, Marietta.
Oh, is it?
And also a street apparently too, Marietta Street. But Marietta, Georgia is
Oh, okay. Like a whole place. People live and stuff. And
it's a whole place where people live.
they live and subsist and all that.
Yes.
Great, fantastic.
There's also Cumming.
Oh.
There's Cumming in Georgia.
Okay. Oh, is there? Is there?
There is. Yeah, there's Cumming.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, but it's spelled. Well, I don't know if it's spelled better or worse. It's Cumming.
Oh,
so maybe
terrible.
it's not.
That's terrible.
It's a terrible way to spell it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the convenience store Come and Go?
No.
It's like a loaf and jug, or and it's spelled Kumngo.
Really?
It's like they said, what's the worst way we could spell this?
No kidding.
Why not spell it Come and Go? Come and Go. Like, I'm going to go to the Come and Go and get some ice.
Look, unless you're Mortal Kombat, you don't get to use the K like that. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only...
We'll
Sure.
allow Chloe's and Courtney's and...
sure. Because those are their names. They were born with a K. That's their thing.
Exactly.
Mortal Kombat, they
Yes.
get away with it because they just have. You can't just suddenly have a place with a K in it. Don't do that. It's lame.
Yeah.
We don't have a Loaf and Jug. I love that name. Is that a real thing? Is there
Loaf and Jug we have. Yeah, there's a Loaf and Jug a block away from my house.
I
Those
want
feel
a
like
Loaf
they've
and
been
Jug.
around forever. And it's like, you go there for a loaf of bread and a jug of wine, but they don't sell wine.
Wow. Maybe it's just milk, the jug of milk, Or as my daughter would say when she was little, Mewt. She used to call it Mewt.
Mute?
Yeah, like Newt, but with an M. She'd say, Daddy, I want more Mewt. That was her thing. Let's see. And she'd say Chockit Mewt. So not chocolate, but Chockit.
Chockit Mewt.
Yeah, Chockit Mewt.
That's adorable.
Yeah, she was cute that way. She's funny because the other two kids, when you grow up with yourself, and maybe you can speak to this because you were an only child, and you've had one as well. It seemed like
I've both been one and hosted one.
Hosted one, right?
Created one, yeah.
You had introduced one to some eggs at one point. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the point is, so Taylor being the first one, our experience was, at first we didn't know any different because it's just the one that we have. But the other two come along, and those two picked up speaking and words and just nuance of words and pronunciations and all that stuff way faster. And Nick, by the time Nick came around, he's talking at 2 like he's Mr. Fluent at everything. Carter, pretty good, and then Taylor kind of not great. She did a lot of, whatever. So I think what happens is the siblings are there, especially when they're 3 years apart, to sort of help you speak sooner because you're they're with you like the parents are with you, and it's just
as a
doubling
kid you
down.
see the other kids, even though they're older, you see the other kids as your bellwethers, like, all right, I need to be doing what they're doing, you work harder to do it. When it's just like kid, only child sitting there at home doing whatever, then without that built-in competition.
Because your parents already adore you, so it's not like you have to impress them.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like they're not saying, "Oh, we're only going to like you if you start talking." Tristan didn't talk for a long time. Like he was a silent kid. He didn't talk until he finally had something to say, and then we couldn't shut him up.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yep.
But he walked earlier than average.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if that's if they're just more mechanically motivated at that point, and like linguistics
I think every
come
kid's
later.
different. It's just the fact that you can't really something like that with so many variables and a product of their surroundings. You can't really say, well, this one was way late, this one was way early, and that sort of thing.
That's true. There's no
I
standard.
was talking and reading at an early age.
Oh yeah. What were you reading?
And the Iliad.
I was hoping you would go something falutin like that. That's awesome.
What am I going to say?
I don't know.
Dr. Seuss. I don't know. I was just reading things like menus and stuff. My mom loves to tell the story, which I'm sure she's embellished and added to over time.
Sure.
But that we went to a restaurant. I don't know how old I was, like a year. I really don't know. She could tell the story better than I. And the waitress comes over and says, "Do you guys know what you're going to have?" And she says, "Oh, I'm going to have this." And I said, "I'm going to have that." And I'm pointing to it on the menu. She says, "He knows where it is on the menu?" And she says, "No, he reads the menu."
Oh, wow.
And she had me read like the first 5 items on the menu to prove that she wasn't lying. Now, whether or not that actually happened is up for debate.
Moms like to do this. They like to.
They absolutely do. Yeah. We've Tina and I have like questioned a few of the stories my mom tells. Like, yeah, I don't remember that ever happening.
Yeah. No, you're. We haven't started doing that yet, but I fully expect to push those stories more.
You're going to be doing that as a grandparent for
Hell
sure.
Yeah, for sure. And so will Kim.
Absolutely.
We'll just do it. But my parents definitely do it. My mom these days will be like, "Oh, I remember that," blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I remember it too, and that did not freaking happen. But all right. Whatever you want to do, Mom, it's fine with me. Yeah. Anyway, don't pull guns on people because of their.
I don't even know what. So just cheese eggs they just have to call it cheese eggs. They can't just say eggs with cheese on them.
Yeah, just say
cheese eggs.
Cheese eggs. I specifically ordered cheese eggs.
I ordered some salt and pepper eggs earlier.
Yeah, where's the salt and pepper eggs? No, these are eggs you put salt and pepper on. No, I ordered them with the. Like I don't know if that was what was going on, but he said this. He says he was looking down at his food, making sure it was right, and that's when he saw people running. He looked up and she had a gun on me. I didn't think she would shoot, but she cocked it back. It was very Tarantino.
Oh my God! Wow.
She's like, well, maybe maybe she's about to do something. Now it's time for me to turn into Rambo and get out of here, says Franklin. That's not how Rambo works.
No. It may be how Dirty Harry works, but I don't think that's how Rambo works.
Oh, Carter, by the way, sorry, back to this point. Yeah. Carter's in the chat, and she says, I already do this. I already embellish stories.
Oh, you're already doing this? You're already
well, all right, then. I'm already there. Woo!
Yeah.
That took no time at all.
Van's able to land a plane right now.
He doesn't have his license yet. He'll get it eventually, but he can just land it. It's funny. All right. Moving on to this story.
Hold on a second. This last sentence that's in here,
Oh yeah,
I don't
this
know
is
who
them.
the journalist
It's
is.
terrible. I didn't see it before. As tensions boiled, Franklin is glad things weren't worst.
Things weren't worst.
What the?
Well,
frick?
at least things weren't worst.
J.C. Calhoun, not a 2-year-old cannot land a plane. Oh, I
Well,
get
you
it.
technically can. Everybody can land a plane, just whether or not
Just
you
once.
are able to get out of it after doing it.
Yeah, landing. I guess landing deserves some definition there.
Right. Right.
All right. Check out this artist. This is crazy. An artist recruits 300 people, nude people.
Nude. How come you didn't say it like that?
Nude. They were nude.
There we go. Nude.
For a photo shoot near the Dead Sea in Israel, some 300 male and female volunteers stripped naked and donned white body paint.
Duran Duran video.
Yeah, heck yeah. She's on the sand, and how does that go? She dances on the
more or less,
sand. Yeah, there you go. They put him in white body paint for artistic installation meant to draw attention to the shrinking Dead Sea. Definitely will draw attention, I suppose. Guess that's the idea. Posted Sunday for the American photographer, or they posed Sunday rather, for American photographer Spencer Tunick, who has done similar installations in exotic locales around the world, including French wine country, a Swiss glacier, as the British would say, and a beach in South Africa. The shoot was promoted by Israel's tourism ministry. Let's see. There's a photo here that's not. It's fine for Twitch. Hold on.
Yeah, it's fine for everything.
It's fine for everything. It's maybe not great for a couple of the bodies I see, but whatever. It's fine. They're okay. So yeah, see all those people.
I just put it in the chat too.
Oh yeah, there you go. So look at them all. They're all just out there naked with some kind of white powder, and
you can see more of this on Seinfeld than you can on.
that happened the other night. I forgot to tell you about this. So you told me about that thing and put that GIF in the thing, so I knew about it.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard, so that was my first exposure. So the other night we were like, "Oh, there's the beach one with the lobsters and the shrinkage and everything." And Kim's like, "What's the deal?" And I'm like, "This is the one where," and she goes, "Oh, the one where you can kind of see her side boob." And I said, "How do you know about this?" She goes, "Everyone knows about this or something." I'm like, "Really?" Like I had no idea. So her and Carter already knew.
This.
Carter and her already knew somehow. So then I look like some kind of weird perv in there going, hold on, pause it for a second. Is this the scene? Oh, wait, okay. Get out of it, Carter, get out of my way. You're in the way. I can't see. Like, it looked like I just couldn't wait to see this free boob on TV.
Oh, how times have changed since the nudity towel.
Yeah. Now I'm like, pull the towel off the TV.
Right, exactly.
But I just wanted to see if it was true or if Netflix had gone in there and done any little hanky-panky with it, like edited it since this
right,
came
if they fixed it. Yeah.
And no such thing. They're too distracted by that. I guess that Dave Chappelle thing's very controversial, and they're all
It is.
or they're all walking today or something. There's like a walkout.
There is a walkout. Yeah.
Netflix walkout. I just want to see what's going on with it. I saw somebody destroy a sign.
Who will push play when I go to Squid Game and want to watch it? Who will push play for me on the other side when I push play on my side?
Yeah, who will that be?
Who will that be? Who will do that?
Who will step up and help Brian? Let's see.
Yeah.
So it is the Chappelle special Spurs Netflix walkout. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Well, Netflix, good luck with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's
not going near that fire. I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's worse than EA's. Tally. Whoa.
Yeah.
I know how bad you hate EA, so. Woo.
Yeah, I haven't heard. I know that the comments are very transgender, homophobic, and or transphobic, and I don't know how in this day and age. I know Chappelle likes to be edgy and stuff like that, but man, it just feels like there's lines you don't cross.
Yeah. Well,
and I liked Dave Chappelle.
No, Dave Chappelle's a brilliant.
Still like.
He's a
still
brilliant.
like Dave
He's a
Chappelle's
brilliant
stuff,
comedian. There's no question. He's a brilliant
Yeah.
comedian. But
yeah.
I didn't see it, so I don't know. I won't judge because I have no idea. But
I haven't seen it. Right, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know the comments, but
Yeah.
Dice Tomato says the media spin is transphobic, not his content. Oh, really? Okay.
All right. I don't know. I mean, listen, the chat room's probably about to have a fight now. Is what I'm thinking. So So I'm gonna stay away from this.
It's early. I mean, we haven't even gotten into Therapy Thursday
Yeah,
yet,
well,
and they're already in fisticuffs.
Yeah, I'm avoiding all this. Let's move to this story about Reno. You know, Reno's a lot like Vegas, except grosser.
That's right, exactly. It's the RC Cola to Vegas's Coke.
Oh, that's a great way of putting it. I've never heard that before.
It's the Dr. Thunder to Vegas's Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Thunder's not too bad, but also I haven't had it in 20 years, so what do I know?
Well, Dr. Pepper Zero. Okay, let's do that.
Ooh,
it's the Diet Coke. Reno is the Diet Coke to Vegas's Coke Zero. Perfect. There you go.
There you go. All right. Reno bans use of whips downtown. You can't have no more whips in Reno, and the reason is it sounds like gunfire. That's why.
What about in my hotel room? Can I still have them in my hotel room?
As long as no one thinks anyone's shooting a gun in your hotel room, I'm going to say yes. But you can't be outside.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
The Reno City Council has banned the possession and use of whips without a permit in the greater downtown area. I guess that's where maybe you could get a permit, Brian. A permit.
Oh, I can get a whip permit.
Yeah, a whip permit.
Whip permit. Hello, may I get a whip permit, please?
It's a pretty good Mr. Burns you got going there.
What about a riding crop? Can I still use my riding crop in the hotel room?
Yes, and your
Okay,
gag
good.
ball, those are fine.
Okay, good.
You can have your multiple gag balls you take with you on trips and stuff. It's totally fine.
They're called ball gags.
Oh,
Scott.
ball gags. Sorry. What did I say? Gag balls?
Gag balls. Sounds like a Saturday morning kid commercial. Gag balls!
Gag balls from Galoob. Oh, yeah. I'd love a Galoob. Remember Galoob was making everything back in the day.
Yeah, Galoob was great.
Galoob wanted our money, man. Yeah, gag balls. So it's not gag balls, it's ball gags. Now it's starting to mix up in my head. It is ball gags.
Ball gags. Yes, ball gags.
Okay. It's a ball that gags.
Just don't Google. I know you're gonna question
sometimes
whether
I do
or not.
that. Sometimes I do that. This is one I am not doing.
Yeah,
that.
this is one where no matter if you're right, we're still all wrong.
Yeah. No,
we
thank
still
you.
all lose.
All right. Here's the. Oh yeah. So the whole deal is that there's been a big, what they call a steep increase over the past 2 years of 911 calls from residents who mistake the sound of a cracking whip as gunfire. Says here, whips are a daily part of life in many rural areas where ranchers and livestock operators use sharp crack-producing sounds to scare or direct a herd of animals. So I'm sure, cowboy stuff. Reno's got its fair share of that stuff. The council voted 6-1 to approve the ordinance Wednesday. And the one guy, damn it, how am I going to get my cattle back into the thing? How's he going to do it? It's not going to happen. Anyway. Police recommended banning their use downtown because the sound resembles sounds of shots. They also said he said they also are being used in public areas for fights and intimidation. Oh,
wow,
so like
that's
a gang,
crazy.
dude?
Like the Warriors are all of a sudden.
Yeah, they'd be like a theme gang, wouldn't they?
Right, exactly. They'd be the Indiana Jones gang or the Cowboy gang. I was thinking, Reno has to have an equivalent of Fremont. I guess Reno is Fremont Street.
Yeah.
Really.
Basically.
But there has to be like a performance area where you've got somebody who uses a whip to knock a cigarette out of somebody's mouth, standing sideways, or
right.
to put a hole in the center of an ace of spades or something like
Sure.
that. Right? I'd figure.
Yeah. That's
It's not all topless nuns and naked marionettes.
Yeah, or on the other end, cattle wrestling. There's stuff in between.
Right.
Like, how am I going to do my Indiana Jones cosplay without a whip? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're going to do that proper, you're going to have a big old whip and you're going to know how to use it.
People are starting to have to ask for their time off for 2022. We might need to start figuring out if we're doing a TMS Vegas.
I want to do a TMS Vegas. I kind of feel like right now I kind of want to do it no matter what, because here's my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We design it. It's already kind of this anyway. It's super casual, right? It's not like a major thing where we got to worry about indoor systems, and now we're all indoors. And what does that mean for COVID? Like, we're gonna. I think the way we plan it is like, all right, it's happening. Here's our plans. It's real simple. The meetups are at these places. Those places exist anyway. They're open anyway. It's not like some special thing.
They'll have their own. If they have requirements, they'll have their own requirements of masks or vaccines or whatever.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know the best thing to do at this stage, but I feel like we should say yes right now and then just go for it. And then if we get that far, let's say we get to March or April or whatever.
Because I'm thinking April, last weekend in April, I think is kind of what I'm looking at. Since we've got last week of March, we've got Pinball Festival.
Yeah,
last week of April is like, it's warm enough to get in the pool.
Yeah, dude, I love it. But April is my favorite time of year in Nevada. It's great.
Yeah.
So totally agree. I really feel like we can. And here's the nice thing: unlike a Nerdtacular where I got to like put 10 grand
We have
down
to book
on
that
events and all that.
way in advance. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to do any of that. We can just say, yeah, we're planning on it. And as we get closer, we'll make a decision as we get closer. It's fine.
Okay.
Don't you think?
All right, we'll start talking offline. And I emailed you a bunch of dates. I don't know why you haven't responded to them. And
Did you really? Did you send me dates?
No, I'm kidding. It's another missing email joke.
Oh, I see. By the way, everybody listening, if you send anything to scott@frogpants.com, it ain't getting nowhere today, all right? So don't do that. Right. Send it to myextralife.com or at gmail.com or send it to frogpantsllc@gmail, one of my Gmail addresses. Don't do frogpants. My email is dead.
Scoop Fest is last week of April, Wolf Glen, because that might actually work in our favor if it's the last week and we take the last weekend.
Yeah, that might work in our favor.
There's some overlap of Diamond Club folks and Scoop folks and and TMS folks.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I would like that.
Anyway, all right. So we'll talk offline and we'll let you guys know when we have something going.
Well, there you have it. Anyway, no whips. No,
don't bring your whips. You can actually, if we have it in Vegas, bring your whips. If we have it in Reno, don't bring your whips.
No. And if we have it in Reno, then we've done something really wrong. We've made a huge mistake.
Right.
A huge error. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, my sister Wendy's going to join us. We're going to talk about some lighter fare today.
Good. We've had a couple of heavy therapy Thursdays in a row, so I'm looking forward to this one. What gift ideas should I get for my friends for this holiday season? That's it, right? That's the question?
That's the question. What should I get for this Christmas? No, it's somewhere in between, though. It's a little Halloweenish, and one of our favorite Cadpoolers sent this in, so we're going to talk about it when we come back after this break with this song that Brian will now tell you about right now.
Yeah, back up to Vancouver, Canada for another punk rock band. These guys, I think we've played before. I bet we've played another song from their upcoming release. I'm looking right now to see. I don't see it, but I'm pretty sure that I've seen these guys in their jean jackets before. In any case, this is another song from their upcoming album, which comes out. I don't have a date. Why don't I have a date? Oh, because this is just a single they've released. This is like it's on its own. All right, here's a new single from Vancouver band The Core, C-O-R-P-S, with their new song, The Last Laugh.
Oh, should I sue them for using the name Core? Oh, wait, it's not spelled the same. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine.
Right, exactly.
No suit here. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
I'll take a mocha.
And I'll have a vanilla, one of the vanilla bullshit things, whatever you want. Some vanilla bullshit, latte, kappa thing, whatever you got. I don't care.
Up!
The Morning Stream. You're soaking in it.
All right, we have returned to the show. Welcome back, everybody. That song again, Brian?
That song again is The Core, C-O-R-P-S, with the new song, The Last Laugh.
Lovely.
Brand new single they've released.
Very, very nice. All right, I'm going to add Wendy to this call. She's currently showing offline, so I'm going to pause for a second and just let her arrive.
Let her arrive.
Yeah, because one would think she will. She just sometimes her phone rings and her computer doesn't. It's a weird thing with her Discord. I don't know why, but we'll figure it out. She'll be here. Boy, I'm sure glad we brought up that Netflix thing in the chat. I'm sure glad that came up.
I know. It's like
You know what though? I'm gonna take some solace today.
Okay.
All we did was say there's a walkout today.
Right.
That's all we said is what I'm saying.
Well, I think I did say more than that.
Did you say more?
I haven't seen it, so I can't voice an opinion on the special or what Chappelle said or anything like that. So
yeah,
but
I assume everybody who has an opinion on it has seen it, right? I assume. Maybe not. But my point is, I saw that fire burning from a mile away, and so I just knew best not to go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere near it, guys. My opinion is quit being transphobic. So, that's my bottom line. Forget about all this specific thing. Everybody should not be transphobic. That's the answer. Hi, Wendy.
Exactly.
What?
Hi. Sorry, we have a whole other thing going on.
we got the chat all warmed up for you.
Yeah, we got them all warmed up.
How you gonna make them mad?
No. It's just
we
there's
put them all in a glass jar and put a magnifying glass on it right before Therapy Thursday, so it's perfect.
Here's the truth. The truth is they're a very passionate group of people, and sometimes that passion spills over into the chat, and it's okay. It's all right that it does. I'm glad we can be a place where they can have it out with each other a little bit, and I hope they'll be respectful and all that. All right. Hey, Wendy. It's my sister, Wendy. And how do you know? Because this plays.
Everyone knows it's Wendy.
That's right. Wendy with an I. My sister, Wendy Dunford, is an actual therapist. Helps people all the time with their real problems and comes on this show to do the very same for us each and every Thursday. Wendy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Great. That was quite the introduction there, wasn't it? It was a real long-winded introduction I gave you.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wait, take it down a notch, Wendy. Jeez.
I know.
Wow.
Everyone's got you got some energy coming out.
Yeah, I do have a little bit today. I don't know why. It's
Everyone
good. I haven't lately, so I'm glad I have it now. The last couple days, I felt like I've had no energy, so I don't know what's going on today. I feel better today. Anyway, hey, let's get to it. We're gonna go. I was talking to Brian earlier. We're gonna go a little lighter today on the subject
Yeah, because
matter.
we've had some heavies.
Yeah, the last couple were real rough. So we're gonna dive right into this. This is an email from Amy, a regular to the Tadpole, and it says this. Hi, Scott and Brian and Wendy. I have a question for Wendy that is somewhat lighter fare, but is appropriate for the Halloween season. I would like to understand the psychology of the differing levels of tolerance people have for fictional scary things. She says, I have none. I cannot watch anything remotely creepy or scary. I took Brian's recommendal for that You show, and I couldn't sleep for a week. Good job, Brian.
Thanks. Thanks for throwing me under the bus. And that's like, and You is like, not even really scary as much as it's just creepy, thrillery kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've heard really well from you and others really good things about it, but it sounds like it's just, strange in a way that's unsettling.
It's a stalker. It's basically about a stalker that you almost root for in the same way you root for Dexter the serial killer.
Yeah, which is a weird thing to do
almost
on the surface, but once you
Right.
see the show, you kind of get it. Yeah, anti-hero stuff and all that.
Right.
Anyway,
I like Dexter better.
Yeah. Anyway, she says she couldn't sleep for a week. Never mind actual horror movies or haunted houses. I cannot do them. My brain just kicks into hyperdrive and makes me completely terrified. Even if I appreciate the story or the humor, I just can't do it. However, I have lots of friends who just love creepy stuff and enjoy the crap out of horror movies. And I just don't understand why my brain won't let me enjoy things like that. I just end up saying, quote, I can definitely see why you like it, unquote. Love the show, though, Amy. So it's an interesting one. It made me ask myself about my own. I really like a good horror movie. The movies I don't like are ones where people are realistically terrible to each other. Like I could watch a slasher movie any day of the week and who cares? I'm just having a good time. You're laughing at the ways people are dying like it's no big deal. If you show me a movie that's like, here's the true story of Ted Bundy and the things he did. No thanks. Not into it.
Yeah, okay.
Can't
I was
do
thinking
those
you were
as
talking
much.
about like people being jerks to each other like Succession.
Oh, no. I mean, that stuff too. That stuff wears me out sometimes, but
It does.
But,
Yeah,
when it's well written and stuff, I can deal with it. But when it comes to like creepy, scary stuff, I mean, the only horror movies that really scared me was that Hereditary movie.
Oh, yeah.
And this Midsummer. Those and the same director did both. Both those movies
Same
put me in
director,
a
yeah.
place, man.
I have
Really
a
up me up.
problem with possession movies if they're done well, if they're done believably.
It's like Carter with zombies. She doesn't like the idea that somebody's totally different than they were. Like a possession movie is all about somebody being forced to be a thing they're
being
not.
changed under or out of their control, being something else.
Yeah. And this so there's some examples. You don't like that. I don't. I'm I'm a little more. I'm less open to realism and more open to fantasy. But it sounds like Amy can't do any of it, and I'm sure there's plenty of people like her.
Amy doesn't like bookstore stalkers.
Yeah. So Wendy, how do you well, first of all, what is this that we're even talking about? Is there a name for this, or is there a how do you want to go?
Chicken shit
Sure,
syndrome.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yep.
In the literature. There's probably a name. I actually forgot we're talking about this today, so I was going to look it up, so I forgot. But it is. I mean, I can kind of explain why. part of it is, okay, everyone has their own. First of all, let's start with this. Everyone has their own history.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the other weekend we were up on the North Shore of Lake Superior with some friends, and we were all sharing what we remember seeing accidentally as children, and it was fascinating. You're babysitting and the family had cable, and you watched the most disturbing thing you've ever seen, and my memory was, and Scott, I feel like you're probably there for this memory, but I don't remember because I only remember one thing, which is walking into Aunt Susan's basement.
Yeah.
And seeing on a TV, in my mind, it was a big screen TV, which of course didn't even exist then.
Yeah.
So it must have been not true, but it was so big life to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a movie that had something to do with airplanes or something. But the only thing I really remember, and it is vivid in my head, and I don't visualize things very well, is someone having their fingers cut off in a paper cutter. Those big old paper slicers.
Oh yeah, that's no good. But it was a
As
movie about
if
airplanes.
It were yesterday.
I'm trying.
Right?
I'm
Like,
trying to think. What is there a way to find out who got their fingers cut off in an airplane movie?
Well, that's what my friend's husband did. He Googled all night to try to help me figure out what movie it was, and it's possible that I don't know, because our memories are weird, right? I could have been made half this up. I don't know, but I don't think I would have made up the paper cutter finger thing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are plenty of movies from the 70s and 80s that have this scene. Well, think of I asked Abe the other day what his fears were when he was younger and have they changed, and he's like, oh, quicksand. I thought for sure all of us were ready for quicksand deaths.
Yeah, because the movies make it seem like it's all over the place. Like
totally,
you walk through the wrong
it's
person's
an era,
yard
right?
and you're gonna get swallowed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
What's funny
it could
though?
have been during a happy movie like Princess Bride, and you were like, yeah, that's gonna be how I die because I'm 6 years old.
Yeah.
Or a bad movie like Indiana Jones 4.
Sure.
What's funny is that we kind of all have these, or I don't know about all of us, but certainly the three of us have these movies that we don't remember the movie itself, but we remember the scene that freaked us out. Like Scott, you had the rolling
the
boulders
rocks,
coming towards and there was somebody else. There was another thing with a somebody in an aquarium getting their head.
Oh, that's me
chopped off in the
also.
glass.
Yeah, that was me as well, and it was
And then-
Elliot Gould cutting off some lady's head in a fish tank. Is what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Wendy, you talking about yours. It took me a long time to find the movie, and I bought it on Blu-ray, and I still haven't watched it. I don't even know if I still have it.
Ooh, we gotta talk about that.
Shoot, where is it? But it was a movie called not The Relic. Crap. Now I can't remember it. It like somebody falls through a glass ceiling above a swimming pool, and there's shards of glass in the pool coming down on the people who are in there, and a white cat, really fluffy one, hissing, and then
What is it?
dude, I can't remember it. I bought the damn Blu-ray. I will get it. I will go and get it out off the shelf while we're doing this.
All right,
It's not
well,
Constantine. Way older than that, like a late 70s, early 80s horror film, and it's what's like an heir. Well, what's another name for an heir? Like somebody that gets something.
Not hereditary.
Automatically handed to him.
You are succession, not
First one,
succession.
baby.
What? Would you?
Legacy. The Legacy. It might be The Legacy.
The Legacy?
The tuba might have found it. Hold on a second.
Okay.
The Legacy trailer.
What I like about this, by the way, while you're looking that up, these all have something in common. They're all gritty and ugly televised garbage from the 70s and early 80s, which is the two movies Brian's mentioned, the head cutting off and the rocks following the SUV or the RV thing, are all like the 77 low rent garbage horror movies that I just happened upon. Like I didn't go to watch them. They just were on at a friend's house, and I happened to see a scene that really bothered me. And then what I did later, and this, Brian, I'm sure this is probably why you bought the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So you can go back. It was really cathartic for me to find that RV one and watch that scene and then go, this is stupid. Like, this is so dumb. Why has this been in my head so long? It's so dumb.
It's absolutely The Legacy, and I put the trailer in the chat room. Catherine Ross and Roger Daltrey, of all people, from The Who.
Yeah.
And 1978, seeing the trailer on TV freaked me out so much I wouldn't watch TV when it was on. Oh yeah, there's like a scene where somebody swims, like they're stuck under ice or stuck under glass in a swimming pool. That freaked me out.
Oh, I don't like that either.
Okay.
There it is,
So,
right there. Pops and
okay,
Recline found the scene too.
Is
All
it
right, so
really?
go ahead. I'm sorry, please continue.
Well, well, obviously we're drudging up some some space in your brains. And what it is okay, so you're a little kid,
Yeah.
the world is a particular thing, it's safe in theory, and you're exposed to something. Notice at least Scott and I, both our stories are we happen upon it.
Yeah.
We walk into someone's house, into a basement, and suddenly it's playing. And it's a scene. I didn't watch the whole movie. I watched one gross thing of, and it was so, I'm sure it's so cheesy. I don't know. But it's the way our brains work. So we all have an amygdala, and the amygdala that's the word for almond in Greek. I think.
Is it really?
It looks like a
really?
little almond. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little tiny thing.
Hold on, are you
And
saying there's such thing as amygdala butter? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Or amygdala
think-
joy?
I think
Okay.
it's Greek.
All right.
I need to double check. But anyway, it is it's
Mark
tiny. It's
amygdala.
like an almond. That's why it's named that. It's because it's small. Looks like an almond. And it's got two jobs. Its job is to look around, scan everything in your life, every smell, everything you can see, everything you can touch. Uses all your senses to see if you are safe or to see if you are in danger. That is its primary job. And so when it sees something that is perceived as danger. So imagine a young kid, and I always think about this today. So a young kid looking at accidentally seeing a horror movie now in like the most incredible technological color, right? Versus the 1970s. It kind of doesn't matter, but I can imagine it might be even worse. But because it's so visual and it's so well done, it looks so real.
Yeah,
but it doesn't kind of matter because the amygdala just scanned the room and said, oh, your aunt's basement that's supposed to be fun is now a place where people get their fingers chopped off. And you have some reality check. You know that's not actually happening, but the amygdala doesn't know. It doesn't know. It just knows that that's a terrifying thing and you need to be safe from that. So it scares you. It kind of imprints itself a little bit there. And then later on, you're living your life, doing your thing. I'm Amy. I don't want to watch any horror shows. Like that is so unappealing to me. And it's not, I just don't find any of it entertaining. And if it was actually really good, it would scare me. And I don't want to be scared. That's like unappealing. I don't know if it's directly connected to the hands getting chopped off or not.
Yeah.
I think it has more to do with that. I like to, I hear enough hard stuff that to suddenly spend my evening watching hard stuff is hard for me. I'd rather laugh.
Yeah. I can't
So
imagine
that's-
I was trying to imagine the other day, like what would it be like for Wendy to see? I'd see a TV show or an episode where it deals with a bunch of, I don't know, domestic mental health stuff or something. An episode of The Wire, for example, just dealt with some of this, and I thought, my sister, there's no way she's going to want to sit down and relax to this. Like, this is not a story she wants to hear because A, you dealt with it all day, and B, it's kind of realistic, so you really would be dealing with it twice. I always wondered about that. So now I guess I have my answer.
Well, so I just watched you answered yourself. Would you like?
Yeah,
my
I answered
answer?
myself. You go ahead and supplement my answer that I gave myself, but go ahead.
No, I don't seek it out. But once it starts and I'm just watching it and it's like really well done, I can't turn away, just like any human, right?
Yeah.
It's just I don't seek it out, which is kind of my point here for Amy is other people are seeking this out and it doesn't make a lot of sense to her. And similar to me, like, I don't know why you guys want to be sad all night. That does not make sense. But it's because, of course, it's human drama. We're all attracted to seeing human drama, especially when it's not our own. I mean, just make a weird noise or have a little fake fight in a restaurant. You're going to get everyone's eyeballs. Everyone's.
Yeah.
We are so tuned in, and that's because we all have amygdalas. We are so tuned in when we scan our environment, is it safe or not? So the amygdala also does, I am scanning the environment and it is safe.
Yeah.
I'm with this particular person. I am safe.
Yeah.
I'm with this person. It's unknown. So then anxiety is the result. So amygdala sends out a signal. The brain, the cortex of the brain goes, ooh, let's make a story so we understand this response. And it's, I'm going to die. Or this person's very kind and is telling me the truth. Maybe I'm safe. And the system will just respond. We just have a communication two parts of the brain that are going back and forth about are we okay or are we not.
Yeah.
The problem is the cortex is incredibly good with stories, and it can scare the amygdala.
Yeah.
So that's what everyone's choosing to do with these movies, is they're choosing to get scared a little bit. There's something really fun about that, and that's because your life is, you're not in a war-torn country. You're not currently being threatened.
Yeah.
Because it's entertainment, and that's because of the way the cortex is like, ooh, tell me a story to make me a little scared. We all love that a little bit, right? But you don't love that if your life is actually scary.
Yeah.
Or you maybe had a bad experience when you were a kid, or maybe you just have a higher sensitivity. There's another thing here. Pete has this in spades with heartbreaking things or awkward things. So, I mean, I don't know when the last time you sat down and watched all the Pixar shorts.
Oh yeah.
There's a few that are so dang manipulative.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And
The first 10
my
minutes
kid,
of Up is
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
totally. So the one with the dog, there's like a fighting dog that gets rescued and this little abandoned cat. So we're watching it. The whole family's just kind of sitting there like, oh, this is adorable and so moving. And I turn around and Pete is hiding under a blanket. He's watching it, but he is racked with grief and sobbing and sobbing. And he's trying to hide it from us. We're like, buddy, what happened? And he's just like, how could people treat animals like that? And like, he just feels it so, so deeply. So imagine if he accidentally saw a slasher movie. I don't think it's going to go well. But it's because there is differences in emotional receptivity to certain things. Now, those dull over time as you live life. It's how you sort of survive life. Because if we were all children and faced the reality of life, it would crush us all, right? So some of our walls have to come up and our protections and all those different things. But some people are just more sensitive than others. You could show another 9-year-old that thing and they'd be like, oh, dogs are dumb. And you'd be like, okay. They're just having a different experience. The other one is embarrassment. This one's really common. Is that seeing too much awkwardness, like The Office is the most pain. That would be like literally torturing someone.
Yeah.
So it's similar. It's just kind of this sensitivity, and everyone's a little bit different. And she's right. They can enjoy it. Maybe she can't.
Yeah, watching any show where somebody has to get up in front of a crowd, like do public speaking and fail and screw up, that's like horror show. That's a horror movie to me.
Yeah, we all have our things like that. Like everyone always makes fun of me pooping on a plane, but it's my worst. I don't want to ever
what
happen.
movie did you see that had?
Well, yeah, good question.
Triggered amygdala for that one.
I don't know where that came from, to be honest. But like me doing. Okay, let me ask you this. Clearly, when we're much younger and impressionable and all of that, these are really. There's a stake in the ground when this sort of stuff happens. Like, bam, you're never going to forget this or whatever. Then later in life, you experience a bunch of life and you realize, it's probably kind of dumb, but you still kind of have this weird fear in your head about the thing you think might be dumb now, but you're not sure. Is there value in like that exposure therapy to like for me to go watch that stupid scene where, what's his name cuts the head off of this lady with a broken fish tank? It sounds terrible just describing it. It's really dumb. It's like super awkward, terribly shot. The effects are bad. Like there's nothing good about it. And I wouldn't have known that had I not gone back and saw it. And honestly, it felt like a weight lifted. Like I saw that and went, oh, this is stupid. And I was a kid. And of course it freaked me out, but now it's dumb. So I'm moving on and I'm going to do my best to make it so other kids don't have to feel that way. But when they're old enough, they'll also see their things are kind of dumb. Like I had a real moment there. Is that normal to feel that way? Or should I have felt that way? Or should I have still felt like it was bad or something? I don't know. I'm torn on it.
Yeah. Okay. This is, I was actually going to ask at the end of this for someone to send us in a phobia question or an OCD question or some type of anxiety question so I can talk more about the amygdala and the cortex because it's fun. And the way, I mean, you jump to one of the solutions, and that is exposure therapy. And so what it does is think of it as like pipes. You have this moment as a young person and all the pipes are wide open because you haven't shut any of them yet. And you see something scary.
Okay.
And suddenly the amygdala is like, all right, we got to memorize everything about this so this never happens to us again. this feeling that, the story back and forth of like, oh, whatever. And you can create phobias. You can create that, this is so scary. Never go here again. Never go to I don't know if I ever went in her basement again. I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Right. So what that does is let's take that. That tells my cortex, my amygdala, all of the story and the feeling. The whole system now knows Aunt Susan's basement is where bad things happen. Don't go down there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't go down there the rest of my life. Yeah. I bet you if I went down there now, it's not the same house, but if I went down there now, I'd be like, okay. Right. It would just, there'd be light. It didn't look the same. And just exposing yourself to the change. Now, that's easy exposure therapy. Hard exposure therapy is, I'm terrified of spiders. Now I'm going to put one in my hand. Right.
Yeah. Kim would
and
never
so
do it.
We can talk about how that actually works. If someone sends in a real story, it helps kick that off. If someone has a phobia or something, because what happens is the brain is so good at making sure we don't put ourselves in danger again, that it will create whatever it needs to create to stop you from doing it. So if you can do it, now remember the pipes were open, you got freaked out, the pipes closed. If we can put you back in the situation that scared you in the first place, it's like the pipes open back up and you can have a new experience. And like you're doing it with 40 years in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is a long time to do that. Sure.
Yeah. So long time to have those pipes held. So that's why it feels like a weight is lifted, is that it's like your amygdala's side, like, oh, right. So that's not scary. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't have to hang on to the file that says, be afraid of fish tanks. And that guy with a jagged knife cutting off a lady's head.
And Elliot Gould.
Elliot Gould, that's who it was, yes.
Always be afraid of Ross's
it just
dad.
teaches the system it doesn't need to be afraid anymore.
So okay, Aunt Susan's basement. This is a really great topic for a second. I have a similar thing with that basement, but it wasn't a TV thing. It was that everything was wood panel and old looking, and that Uncle Joel had like the world's largest vintage porn collection in every room. I don't know if you knew this, but every room.
I did. I saw it once. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he had one room that was dedicated to tons of stuff that was locked, but then every bathroom had a stack this high of something in them under the thing. You're like, where's the towels? Oh, next to the stack of freaking nudie magazines from the 70s. That's where you'll find the towels. Every room had a stack of this stuff. And so when we'd go there, it just felt like I was in this seedy, like red light district psycho place, and I couldn't wait to get out of there. I just didn't like it. It just felt greasy and weird. And so maybe it was more that than the TV and the thing you saw. I don't know. It's just a weird joint.
Yeah, so we should both go back to that basement and see if we can handle it. And here's let me say this caveat. Nobody go expose yourself to your childhood fears unless you're pretty confident you're going to be fine without, but most people are, if they're either really crippled by this thing or it's kind of like your situation where it's just like, oh, that's weird. That still bugs me. And that you could then do it. So Brian, you're obviously going to watch the trailer and eventually watch this movie, right?
I'm going to watch the movie. I've already watched the trailer because I had to figure out what movie it was. And I did this a couple of years ago or a year ago when I wanted to find out what that movie was. But it's funny, I haven't watched the movie yet. And it certainly isn't because I'm afraid to watch the movie. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I think during Halloween time, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it in the next week or so. Yeah.
Yes. There's also a thing maybe for Amy here. Maybe she just doesn't like it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because there's things people don't like. And I mean, do you like to be? I mean, there are people who really like to be scared, right?
Sure.
Like
I think she genuinely was scared by you, by the movie You, not you, Wendy, but the movie or the TV show You.
TV show You, yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a matter of not liking it. It was just like too much.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's, like any other thing that's maybe less, I don't know, controversial is not the word, but let's just say you don't like science fiction. There's plenty of people who just don't care about anything where people are pontificating about space. So why would you want to watch that? You'll just be bored to tears. In this case, it freaks her out, but it's the same kind of thing, right? Maybe it's just a like or a dislike. And if you don't like it, I don't think there's obviously nothing wrong with that, but I understand that feeling of like, why is everyone else so into this and I'm not? Or, that feeling, which
Yeah.
is a whole
Yeah.
nother thing, right? That's a whole nother thing of I'm not trying to speak for Amy here, but somebody who may feel that way or wonder why everyone else likes it and I don't, is that they have a sense of missing out, or there's like I don't know, you're not part of the cool kids or something.
Well, and I have a question as gamers, like you probably, she might be an odd man out in the gaming interests, right? That maybe a little more gore and a little more intrigue or whatever, like that's just normal. And so for all the people there, they're just gonna maybe more likely, that's okay. But for her, she feels really different. And that happens within all the tribes we belong to, right? We sort of, I go to this knitting group, but this lady also really likes baking and I hate baking and why don't I? Or whatever. And so you can just feel a little odd and that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's hard. You're right. I mean, that's probably a piece of it. Is like, I should want to like this. What is my problem? And just maybe you don't. And owning it's actually the best part.
That's
like,
one.
Nope. I love games and I hate scary things.
The chat room's bringing one up. Like, I think we're all kind of in the same nerd tribe here, but I just can't get into Doctor Who like friends can. Like everyone I know likes it more than I do. And I don't hate it, but I just don't care. It's just not my thing.
You don't connect with it.
Doesn't work for me. And I love British stuff. And so it's not that. It's just, I don't know what it is. But there's once in a while that feeling of like, I'm the only one in the room who doesn't like this thing. And that's not fun because, people are going, really? You don't like, really? I mean, they're doing it in the chat already. People are mostly kidding, but they're in there going, unfriend me. That's it. We're done. We can't be friends. Like, I get it. I understand that feeling. It's like when somebody says they don't like Mad Max Fury Road. I cannot understand how they even exist on this planet. It's no different than that. But I just don't feel it the way they feel it. The Mad Max thing's actually a good point. When I saw that in theaters for the first time, a monumental moment in my life, I love that movie, if it wasn't clear. My sister-in-law came with us, and she's having the exact opposite experiences that I'm having sitting next to me. And she's right there next to me. It's my wife, me, my sister-in-law, and my brother-in-law. She hated it and wanted to leave and didn't like anything about it. We'll never watch it again. Just absolutely hated it. And I'm over there thinking it's the greatest thing I ever saw in my life. So there's just that, right?
Yeah.
Where people
there
are
is,
just
and there is, but think about the dopamine hit it is when you meet someone and you connect on something like I mean, I've done this a couple times because I'm not truly nerdy, but I'm surrounded by them.
Yeah.
And I do love Lord of the Rings like a little too much, and I can quote all the movies, and so sometimes I will throw out a Lord of the Rings quote. In a really weird space, and someone will be like, oh, and I'm like, see, soulmates. Like there's something about it that is just so connecting, right? So that high, it's like having the opposite of that high, which is like, I'm going to be left outside the circle to die. And we're not even conscious of that, but that's just how humans are. It's who is sort of, our like interests do give us a tie, and there's some power to that. So when you marry someone, or you're in a long-term relationship with someone, or you're trying to, maintain a long-term friendship, you have to find the things that connect you. And then there has got to be a way to figure out how to not have things also be the same.
Yeah.
Because nobody's actually all in the exact same tribe in every single way. Right.
Right.
Like Doctor Who, Scott, I can't believe it. I'm really disappointed.
I'm just trying to picture you though, like at a restaurant, and suddenly Wendy stands up at dinner, throws her napkin down, and says, "A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to." I just want to see you.
I don't do it loud. I always do. I'll tap my nose like Mary and say, like, it'll be things like that. Just like very subtle and stupid. And Adam's always like, okay, stop it.
Do you ever kick the kids out of that? Like, get to
do
school and say, "Fly, you fools," or anything like that? You do that, or
all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
All right.
And they do it to me. And so it's great. But also, can we just give Bo Burnham a little moment here where he says, attributing a quote from Lord of the Rings to Martin Luther King. It's so funny. It's so funny. My children have not seen that for many reasons, but we have listened to some of those songs on repeat, like White Woman's Instagram. And
The Bo Burnham, the Bo Burnham.
yeah, that funny feeling is such a great song. Anyway, and we laugh, and I'm like, so my kids are going to one day say, "Oh, we did this thing all the time as kids," and they'll be like, "Wait, what? I've never seen this thing." And that's part of it, right? Like, what happens as a kid gets stored in funny ways, and trauma and scary things get stored in funny ways as well. And so, I really would love someone to send something about a fear. Kind of a very specific fear. General anxiety is everybody. And that is interesting, but not as interesting as what I want to tell you about the amygdala with a specific phobia. So if anyone's got like a fear of some type of animal or
Tina's got arachnophobia pretty bad.
Kim too.
Does she?
Kim
Okay.
hates spiders. Carter's always trying to save them, and Kim wants to destroy every spider that ever lived.
Yeah. And then we're over at the crazy neighbor's house, and Mrs. Crazy Neighbor like sees a spider on the ground and reaches down with her hands and picks it up in her palm and takes it outside.
Okay, that's too far for even me.
Yeah, it's like
that's awesome.
A red Solo cup, maybe, but
yeah,
not your bare hands.
Yeah,
Yeah. So someone send something in, and we'll walk through how you treat that and what you can do. And it's actually really related to what we're talking about here in some ways. But there's some really new cool stuff happening for treatment that's it's just fun. It's fun when
I'm into that.
people figure out cool new things.
We'll collect a few during the week, see what we get. The morning stream at gmail.com. That email's working fine, everybody. It's my Frog Pants one that's busted. Real quick, when you were younger, when Wendy was younger, I mean, maybe even still today, but we're all busy with adult things, so who knows? But Wendy was the great proponent of April Fool's Day. There was no way that day would come without Wendy doing all kinds of gnarly things on everybody. That was just the way it was. Yeah. I don't know if you're still that way or not. I'd have to ask Adam or the kids, but here's my question. What is that desire that I suddenly feel to go to Amy's house and do scary stuff there? Like, I know her, so her and I are friends, and so this isn't a mean-spirited thing. It would all be in fun, but there's this temptation for somebody who doesn't like scary things to go do some tricks on them. and you used to do that all the time. So you tell me what that is. Why do we have that as people? Why do we desire it?
Well, okay. I it's interesting why people do the jobs they do, and I'm still in the process of trying to figure out why the hell I do this job. Yeah. I think I'm good at it, and I think one of the reasons I'm good at it has to do with that. I think, and you're good at this as well, which is like you can read people fairly well and read the room, and you're sensitive to what dynamics are happening or whatever. And I think that helps me do my job. And I think that I have for a long time, and it used to be used for evil, and now I use it for good.
All right. So instead of going
well, my April Fool's thing, I really think is what that was. It's like I could hone in on someone's like what would really mess with them, and then try to make it funny. And I've probably scarred a few people.
Oh, it was bad, you guys. You guys don't even know. Like my parents' room, she'd go in there and just wreck it. It'd be toilet papered to death, wet toilet paper on the ceilings.
Like I'd find the worst. I'd always had
lipstick on the mirror
too.
It was so funny. It's so funny because when people hear you on here and they know you in general, they've never heard of this side of Wendy. But she was devious.
Yeah, because I'm always good.
Yeah, always good. But you were devious back then with the pranks, and to this.
Oh yeah, and I have one when I was like 13 or 14 that I cannot believe Mom forgave me for. And as a parent now, I would seriously give my kid away if they did this. Like,
that was a good one.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I remember that. Didn't you and Dad did one together where it looked like he kidnapped you in a car and left your date in the road? Oh man,
I got it from Dad. That's what I'm blaming on him. I mean, we had that same sneaky like we really love people and we want everyone to be good, but we also want to mess with you when on one day of the year. It's pretty weird. That's weird. Anyway, but let me tell you this. I moved to Sweden and I stopped even thinking about April Fools. Is that weird? Like it ended. And then Halloween, like, it was just not as big a deal there.
Because
And
the Swedes aren't
I
funny.
used to be insane about those two holidays. And now I'm kind of like, oh, crap, it's April Fool's. All right, kids, should I put green in the milk? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. I mean, like, I don't do any of it. It's really funny.
It's
like,
because
Sweden
nobody
shouldn't be
in
evil.
Sweden laughs, right? They're not very funny in Sweden.
No, they are beyond funny. They are so funny. They're great.
Yeah.
It's not that. I think it's that they are also like, I think I've shared this before, but like there was a political absolute upheaval, and it was this controversy. It was one of their legislators. It was a total scandal. And let me tell you what he did.
Yeah.
He had another business that he also earned money from while he was working for the legislator.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
So
Wow.
that's the level of ethics and transparency. And I'm not saying they're perfect, but man, I feel like April Fools, I feel like anything that's mean-spirited is inherited from Americans.
Feels like it
straight up.
sometimes. Feels like it. You know what? The other thing, you just were born in the wrong era. You could have had a huge career on YouTube if your pranking era would have lined up with the YouTube era. You'd be 50 million followers right now. You'd be huge.
I'd have 50 million followers. I'd also have anxiety and body dysmorphia. So thanks.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
thanks.
all the YouTube things come together. You get the whole package. That's the way it works.
They do.
All right. So
Yeah, so people saying in your phobias, I want more than one. I need like a spider, and I need like you're afraid of boats, whatever.
I'll compile a whole list, and then you can, and I'll get them to you early so you can decide what you want to hone in on. But that'll be fun. That's a perfect little pre-Halloween deal. Is next week Halloween?
Totally. It is.
Oh my gosh, it is. Well, let's see, 10 days. So
yeah,
sort of next week.
Talk about anxiety and Halloween. So funny. Come on, that's a great.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Gig.
We'll do some spooky music. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Realsteps.org, currently taking signups, right? That's happening?
It's currently happening, so you'd be signing up for the next round. So sorry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But you're too late. But it's
still
going
get in
great.
there.
Yeah, it's going great. We have a lot of new, very cool people, so it's really fun. So just
Nice.
sign up, and I'll email you like once a year.
Fantastic. Go watch some sad Pixar shorts with the boy. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
Okay.
I do that to Carter, so she knows how this feels. I like to sit her down to some Pixar sadness, and then she always gets choked up, and I don't know why I like
you in
it.
the arm.
I like it because there's just a purity to it. There's like a nice, I don't know, like there's so much fake emotion in this world. When one of my kids expresses real emotion, it's like, see, there it is. It's right there. Kids, man. Well, she's 23, but whatever. 24, sorry. 24. Shut up, she says. All right.
In all caps.
Yep.
Shut up.
Shut up. All right. Quick shout out and vibe time to a listener. Seems like a lot of people have been going through some stuff lately, and we're always happy to, combine our powers and wish you well.
Channel them for good. Right.
Good news from yesterday. I heard back from Tanner. He did have a procedure. It went well. There's still some stuff to have happen, but it's actually looking a lot more positive as of today.
It is. And Tracy Haley's back home too. Like,
that's right.
Our vibes work, people. See, proof right here.
Yep. We talk about old actors. They die. We talk about you guys, and you feel better. That's how it works. Anyway, he got this from Albert in Maryland. Mayor McCheese in the chat room when he's here. Says, if you guys and the Tadpole have an extra positive vibes, my wife and I could use some. My wife is having a hysterectomy tomorrow. This would have been yesterday, and I got this a little bit late. We are both very nervous. It's not cancer as far as we know, but she's been having problems for the past year, and this is the last resort. I'll interject here. My wife had a very similar experience and did the exact same procedure for the same reasons. So there's that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What makes this really hard is I am the only one allowed to go in with her because of COVID. She really wishes that her parents could also be there. On top of that, I have extreme social and general anxiety, and the thought of someone or something going wrong just terrifies me. To make things worse, I have 2 sick cats, and one of them won't eat, so we have that extra stress to deal with. Sorry to burden you guys with our problems, but I needed to tell someone. Well, dude, all the vibes your way, man. That's a hard.
Sure.
This stuff I think about when Kim went in for that, or when anybody, has to deal with this sort of stuff. Back in the day, you could all visit and bring flowers and bring whatever, but during this COVID stuff, it's like so much more limited, and you can't necessarily have everybody in there. Like seeing my mom with her brain surgery was like pulling teeth. It was so hard to get all that done, and so we feel for you. And I'll bet on the other side of this, everything will be fine, because that hysterectomy
keep us posted. Let us know.
Yeah, the hysterectomy is a good thing for certain things. Like I don't want to say it works for everything, but.
Right. Oh, these kids are horrible.
Kids are especially the ones who talk in all caps in the chat room.
Yes. Oh, those Northern Irish kids. Oh my gosh.
Those kids, man. They should just pay attention and eat their Lucky Charms. All right, moving on. Albert from Maryland, and we're happy to do it, and we wish you and your wife the best. Also, Mayor McCheese is my favorite. He's my least favorite mascot in all of fast fooddom.
He's my favorite fast food politician.
Yeah. He always has my vote. I mean, who else would go up against him? Like the king?
Well, there's a monarchy. Yeah, the king.
Oh, yeah.
The Dairy Queen. But,
yeah, I didn't think of that. Well, Mayor McCheese gets the work done, so vote for him this fall. All right. That's it for the show. Huge thanks, everybody, for being here. Tomorrow's a little bit different. Not a normal PM for the patrons. We're doing a play date with the brand new Jackbox collection. We're going to mess about in there, see what we like, what we don't. My guess is we'll like most of it. So look forward to that. That'll be at 2 p.m. Mountain right here at frogpants.tv, and we'd love for you guys to come check it out and hang out with us. What else? frogpants.com/TMS. Core tonight. It's normal time, 5 p.m. Be there for Core. And then what's after that? Oh, the Instance tomorrow at 11. No, 10. We changed the time. It's at 10 now. And then the PM thing. Oh, and Film Sack. We're doing Brian's pick.
Motel Hell.
Motel
so you guys
Hell.
Can blame me for that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Go get your Bezos on, and let's watch that together, everybody, for the second to last Sacktober film of this Sacktober 2021. All right. I think that's it. Brian, do you have anything else or a song? Or both?
I have nothing else, but I have a song. Well, Coverville today. Don't forget Snoop Dogg, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, twitch.tv/Coverville. Make sure you spell it slash, and you'll get to Sean Connery's channel.
Steven Schleicher says it.
Steven Schleicher slash. Alex Ford, a.k.a. Racer951Y, wrote in and said, Scott, no weird birthday sound clip, please, sir. But today is my birthday.
Just kidding.
I'm so glad you did. But today is my birthday. Either the requested song or surf song done rock metal style, or Metallica or Rammstein done surf. No, I'm going with your requested song, even though it's one we've played on the show here a couple times before. I love this version of the song, and by golly, if it doesn't put me in the mood for some more Muppets, it's great. Jack White joined Dr. Teeth in the Electric Mayhem for a Muppet Show version a few years ago of "You Are the Sunshine of My Life" by Stevie Wonder. It's so good, it needs to be heard again. Here it is. Jack White in the Electric Mayhem, "You Are the Sunshine of My Life."
See you guys next time. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Oh, that was an old Film Sack or something. I don't know
Classic,
what that was from.
Yeah, Kate Katsumi, we try to alternate Fridays and Saturdays by month. I don't know if last month was a Saturday. No, last month was a Friday. But we had to do it this way because we've got my relatives in town this weekend. Tomorrow afternoon is going to be the only time I can get away. And then Tina and I are in Vermont next weekend. So we had to do it on a Friday this time around. But November, it'll be on a Saturday.
Yeah. We will make sure you are covered that day.
Heck, maybe we'll do it that would be Black Friday though. I was going to say maybe we'll do it the day after Thanksgiving and do a longer one, but that would obviously be a Friday.
Except when we do it on Saturdays, we try to do it early, right? Because it
has to be, we have Film Sack, and so it has to take place right after Film Sack.
That's right, because I have Dungeons at 2, 3. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
But so November, look forward to that. Have we done Fridays for the last 3 months? Look, Kei Katsumi. Take it to your local...
write your congressman.
Write your
Mayor McCheese.
Right. Oh, that'd be a good title if it wasn't post show. All right, let's go do titles now. Let's do these titles.
Yes.
Here.
Titles.
What'd you get from BioCow today? Anything good?
I got Columbo. Excuse me, Brian, just one more thing.
Nice.
Are you still there?
Nice.
Love it.
Nice reference. All right, let's see what we got.
Roman I didn't get an Airbnb for Vermont because we're staying with my parents. That was an easy decision.
Yeah, that's an easy
one. And when we go to Vegas, I stay in a hotel there.
Yeah.
But when I can, I stay in an Airbnb because I like Airbnb.
Yeah, Airbnb's okay.
They're okay. All right, everybody run. The Waffle House lady's got a gun.
Good.
Everybody run.
The Waffle House lady's got a gun. Scott the Coke Impaler. I like that. I don't want to put my name though, so I'm just going to change that. Let's see how your system works.
Vlad the Coke Impaler.
Yeah, so I'm going to go edit item.
It's a lot of letters. I don't know.
Vlad. Let's see if it does it. It says it's too many.
Yeah.
You got to give me more. All right, I'll just fix it in post. Whoops, didn't mean to vote for that. All right. There it is. We'll change that to Vlad. Okay.
What do they call that? What's the equivalent of that in porn? You know, the Coke spring all over the place.
I don't want to know. Do I?
Yeah, maybe you don't want to know. Anyway,
I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
The money shot. It's the Coke. It's the Coke money shot.
The Coke money shot. Nice.
Yes.
What's the deal with your lever?
Oh my God, people! Whoa, slow down with all the different things you're throwing at me.
Oh my
in the chat
gosh,
room.
Carter,
Jeez,
avert your eyes. I don't like my.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. What's the deal with your lever I chose? Let's see.
Friggin' pogs. Get it? Frigs and pogs?
That's good. Let's see.
I'm sorry, listeners, but the rest of the podcast is in another email.
Yeah. I'm definitely not doing this tally one.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I was looking at the iCore one.
Oh, did iCore do one?
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, jeez. No. It's not happening.
It's damn funny, though.
It is funny.
Take my cheese eggs at gunpoint.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Chockit Mewt. That'd be a good show title, actually.
Chockit Mewt. Yeah, we may have to make that it. Dead Sea Shrinkage. I like that. Man, mine's all out of order here. Why?
Is it really weird? Oh yeah, you're like down to the ones and the zeros.
Yeah,
you're like selecting binary.
I don't know why though, because it's like I have frozen
and sorted up at the top, right?
Yeah, sorted. Oh, it's unsorted. Did I hit something? No, sorted is what it should be. So I've got frozen copy. Yeah, I don't know why it's. I'm seeing it in a different order you are, but it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Coking the kitchen. Let's see. Vanilla bullshit thing.
A whip permit, please. I like that. Knock ball gags, gag balls. All right.
People should. They just should.
Yeah. We did one. We need one more. I liked the amygdala
that was
jokes.
It. People should.
We have 15. Yeah. Sorry, it took a minute to change. All right. Checked only. Now we go with Chockit Mewt. Let's do that.
Chockit Mewt. Chockit Mewt.
Oh man. Yeah, something changed. Because now, whatever. I'll make it work.
You can just change it in the doc.
Chockit. Okay. And now we export this. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm so stressed about this email. All I can think about is all the people sending me stuff that I don't know about, and then websites I use it to log in on that might need verification, and I can't get verification emails.
Well, just get on Hover's support's got to be really good, right? I like Hover a lot. So
they have been in the past. I had when I did get hacked years ago, before I had all of the double factor stuff, they were amazing to work with. So you're probably right. I'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Did we do anything? No, we didn't. So for Wendy, we just do therapy. Thursday. And more. Okay. Here we go, Brian. Let's read it. Turn this off. Hold on. There we go. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Do you still want it to be Scott the Coke Impaler?
No,
do you want me to change that to
Vlad? Change it to Vlad, if you don't mind. I screwed up the recording here. Here we go. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS. Everybody run. The Waffle House lady's got a gun.
Vlad the Coke Impaler.
Coking the kitchen.
Friggin' pogs.
I'm sorry, listeners, but the rest of the podcast is in another email.
Take my cheese eggs at gunpoint.
Vanilla bullshit thing.
Corn syrup?
Wait, the vanilla... Oh, whatever. People should. They just should.
I'd rather spell better.
What's the deal with your lever?
Dead Sea Shrinkage.
A whip permit, please.
Not ball gags, gag balls.
Therapy Thursday and more on this episode of The Morning Stream. Gosh dang it. Losing my mind today. Yeah, I screwed something up, but it's all good now. We're good. We're okay.
Cool.
We're okay,
Right,
Brian.
good.
We're okay.
We're good.
Let me guess. You're gonna need another salad because you're good.
I am, because I didn't eat one yesterday. I was going to eat a salad yesterday. I was going to do a bag of salad yesterday, but I'm doing a bag of salad today.
All right.
Yesterday, I ended up eating a hot and spicy cup of noodles ramen thing, which
That sounds all right.
it was all right. It's probably more sodium than I need.
Salt and carbs, yeah.
Salt and carbs.
Yeah. I need some noodles that are low carb. Like, aren't egg noodles better? Isn't that the deal?
I don't know, but you can do zoodles.
I could do zoodles.
Zucchini noodles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I make I guess I could make my own. Why not?
You can make your own.
Yeah. When I say my own,
I don't know how
mean-
well it does with like ramen with a broth. Obviously, with a marinara and stuff, it's great. But
Well, and when I say me, I mainly mean Kim. She could make it.
oh, rice noodles. Rice noodles are better. I would think that rice noodles would be just as.
It's a more complex carb, I guess.
Yeah.
Might be okay. Rice noodles are better. Yeah, I'll start looking into it because I'm not ready to give up pasta entirely, but pasta is no good for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I want some alternatives, you know?
Alterna noodles.
Alternals. Altered nude hoodles.
Alternative noodles.
Ooh. Bye. All right. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all. We got time for this today, so isn't that great? Hold on 1 second, though. There it is right there. Let's pull it up here. I screwed this up, so I just got to fix it real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, close, save. All right. Oh, panic. It's time to panic. I have to stop this and restart it. Don't go anywhere, because there will be more after this, but I have to stop the stream.